Friends, today we are going to discuss the surface finish required for painting or application. The item where we are going to do the painting. But before going to discuss, we want to tell you the two types, two procedure we are using for surface cleaning. That is, one is called the shot blasting or grid blasting. Earlier also I have told, and another one is called the mechanical cleaning by hand tools. So for the shot blasting and grid blasting, we have to use the abrasive material that consists of iron, aluminum oxide, chilled cast iron particles, chilled malleable iron particles, and chilled steel particles. These chilled cast iron particles, which is having a very good wearing resistance property, that is normally used for shot blasting. How these chilled cast iron particles are manufactured? Now, when a localized area of a grey cast iron is cooled very rapidly from the melt, the cast iron is formed at the place that has been cooled. Cast iron is formed at the place at the place that has been cooled. This type of white cast iron is called the chilled cast iron. So this is called the chilled cast iron. This is having a very high wear resistance property because the particle, the abrasive particle we are using, that will going to heat the surface of the material, and if it is if it does not have this property, good wear resistance property, it will be breaks into pieces and cannot be used further. That's why chilled cast iron particles are being used. Then the other requirements of the shot blasting is we have to maintain a pressure of 7 kg per centimeter square, and that also a particular distance and particular angle, and you have to maintain maintain that pressure so that uniform cleaning will be uniform cleaning. You will get the uniform cleaning. If you are changing the parameters, parameter pressure, angle, and distance, then cleaning will not be uniform. Then now I have told you chilled cast iron, malleable cast iron, malleable iron particles, or chilled steel particles we are using. But but for its size should be 0.055 inch maximum in case of steel. This steel and malleable iron particle. If you are using chilled malleable iron particles or chilled steel particles, then the size should be maximum 0.055. But if you are using chilled cast iron, then its size would be 0.04 inch. It is smaller than this one. So now for our case, most of the cases we are using chilled cast iron particle, so its maximum size will be 0.04 inch maximum. Then depending upon your distance, depending upon your angle, different type of venturi and nozzles are used. The nozzle size shall be 3/16 to 3/4 inches. Nozzle size should be 3 inches, and the nozzle shall be having a liner inside, because high pressure with this abrasive material, when pass through this nozzle, it can erode. That's why the tungsten carbide or boron carbide liner should be there in the nozzles when you are going to use. Then on completion of blasting, that surface which we have cleaned, that is to be cleaned first. Surface to be cleaned and free from any scale or rust, and must show a grey white color metallic luster. So when you clean it, it looks like white metallic luster. Then you can say that it is cleaned properly. Then primer should be used within for 4 hours after cleaning the material, after cleaning the surface. Because if you leave it as it is, then this cleaned surface will be much more hungry than in normal condition. So it will be rusted fast. So within 4 hours, you have to apply the primer or first coat, the paint, and the surface profile shall be uniform and have maximum deviation, maximum micron of surface finish should be 30 to 50 micron, in between 30 to 50 micron hill and valley. So it should be like this, so that your painting adherence will be much more. It will be more uniform and more uniform and grip will be proper. And if possible, then when you are doing the surface cleaning, the material should fall on the ground. Then you have to use a tarpaulin, and with the vacuum cleaner, you can collect the material, abrasive material, and you can recycle it. You can recycle it again. Brush cleaning, there are different types of grades we are using. So SA1, that is called SA1, SA2, SA2 and half, and SA3. SA1 is the lightest light blast cleaning. They are only loose scale material, mill scale, rust and foreign particles are removed. Then it is called the SA1. SA2 is the almost all mill scale. Here only loose mill scale. Here all mill scale, rust and foreign particle shall be removed. And then finally the surface is cleaned with vacuum cleaner and cleaned by dry compressed air or clean brush. So this grade of cleaning is called SA2. SA2 and half is mill scale, rust, foreign particles shall be removed to the extent that the only traces remaining, that is called the stain only are remaining in the form of spot and strips. Otherwise, it is better than the SA2. And SA3 is the topmost cleaning procedure. There is no miscale, rust and foreign particles shall be removed completely. And finally, the surface is cleaned by vacuum cleaner, clean dry compressed air, or clean brush. So these are the 4 grades are available depending upon your paint, depending upon your requirement. You have to mention which grade of paint, grade of cleaning you require. Certainly, SA3 cleaning procedure will cost much more than SA1. Then, when this, suppose in a location where you cannot use compressed air, short blasting is not possible. There you have to use the mechanical cleaning using by chipping hammer, grinding wheels, and rotary steel wire brushes, etc. With that also you can do the cleaning. You can remove the rust mill scale, etc. That also this is called mechanical cleaning, where the short blasting or grid blasting is not possible because air is not available at remote place. There mechanically you can do the cleaning with the help of hand tools. Then there what hand tool you are using? Now hand descaling or hammering. You can do hammer on the surface so that loose scale will be removed. Hand scraping, we can do the scraping. There also the some material paint and rust will be removed. And brushing, you can, after removing you have to brush it to traces of scale there. That will also be removed. Finally, surface shall be washed, and when the surface cleaning is over, then finally the surface may be washed with water or dried for effective cleaning. That when the surface is over, cleaning is over, then you have to wash by water and compressed air or steam you can use to remove the all loose matters, then with water and dry it. They are also mechanical cleaning. When you are doing the mechanical, 2 grades are available, ST2 and ST3. ST2 is called thorough scraping and wire brushing. ST3 is called very thorough scraping and wire brushing. More or less, both are using the machine brushing, grinding, etc. Here also machine brushing, grinding wheel like this, brush wheel like this, and grinding, etc. But the degree are different. Here it is slightly inferior. Here it is superior. So depending on your requirement, mechanical cleaning also, if you are doing, then you have to mention whether you want to do ST2 or ST3. And now these are the tools you can see they are using for mechanical cleaning. This is the brush. This is also a brush. This is also scraper. This is also one type of scraper. This is also scraper come hammer. This is also one scraper. So these are the tools we are using for mechanical cleaning. Friends, I think I have discussed the surface finish required for painting of a surface, painting, and for requirement of grid blasting, abrasive type of abrasive material we are using, mechanical cleaning, and different type of grids of cleaning. So if you are satisfied with this discussion, please give a tick mark and subscribe this channel, and I think if you are satisfied, you can forward this channel to your friends for their benefits, and they will also be benefited and benefited. And if you have any doubt, you can talk to me, you can mail me, and video conference also uh, can be arranged with mutual discussion. Thank you very much.